Forsaken, abandoned to the dark, what choice but to follow the flame?
Welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3, part 14 of our Drazhoath the Ashen Immortal Empires campaign. In today's episode, we have ourselves a Ungrim Iron Fist to be kicking out of our lands. We're going to first grab Drazhoath. We're actually going to put him in the underway stance, and then we're going to stand right in his way over in our own lands, though, so we do some replenishing. Perfect. Now, if Ungrim would have intercepted us, I would have been entirely fine with this. It would have been an absolute smashing for him and his Slayers. But we will wait for them to actually move on over. We've got all of the Kadai preparing to recruit. We'll have a huge hit to our predicted income, most likely. And we also have to worry about the Ogres still lingering around up here at the stump. They don't own the Tower of Gorgoth, and they would probably very much like to, so we'll have to keep an eye on them. I am throwing in the upgrade to the Altar of Fire here for the Kadai, so we can kind of recruit them in more than one spot if we need to. As long as we can get them over into Drazhoath's army, they will be extremely cheap very quickly. Let's see if we can get some more upgrades to any of these other settlements just yet. It really doesn't look like it. We are kind of stuck at the moment. We could go for another one of the Mega Mortars. And that would kind of defend everything down here in the south. We haven't really had any issues with that just yet. Would be quite amusing, but not all that smart. Let's upgrade the factory down here, and we're going to put in the upgraded landmark building for the raw materials and extra campaign movement range for all armies. And then I think we might... I don't know. Redirected River only increases the refinery building output, and we actually don't have that option with the landmark building, so making this a factory seemed to have been a bit of a bad idea. We can try to transfer it out over afterwards. I don't know if you get to keep the tier, but we'll see. More income wherever we can there. And then if we can defend the Crooked Fang Fort a little bit better, it just costs a lot of money. I think it's worth it. You think it's worth it? We can definitely use the prototype Mega Mortar down here in Krakow's Gull. Make sure no one gets into our lands. I think in the meantime we do some saving. Kevin, your turn. Move on down to attack Filash here in the Misty Mountains. He does have a pretty nasty army, but I think we can pull this one off. The leader is Filash, the Proxagor Ancient. He does have his monstrous strength ability. Tormentor Sword. He's pretty tough. He's Geek Chief. Is he flying around, or is he just on... He's just on foot. That shouldn't be quite as big of a deal. We does have the 3 artillery pieces and then 2 of the horned ones there. Luckily, our archers should tear the horned ones apart pretty quickly. Let's grab the Gleaming Pendant then and give it off to... one of these other... Probably give it to Gordoz so he stays and fights a little bit longer. He can sneak on around behind and deal with this Geek Chief pretty easily. Alright, gives us a Pyrrhic victory here. We'll probably lose a good deal of our soldiers, but this should be an awesome fight. Just if we can get them bogged down in this choke point. That'll begin. Alright, Lizard's about to learn the very important lesson of it's never the war crime the first time. Let's start up our deployment and get ready. They do have artillery, being those Bastillodons back there, so we will have to be moving towards them. But I think if we deploy backwards, if they do have the artillery, they're going to want to come on over and face us first. We also have the ability to be sneaky. It's something I kind of forgot about until just now. So the only unit that we don't have that sneaks is the Chaos Dwarf with great weapons there. Throw them in the back line. They'll be kind of forced to move forward then, which would be quite nice. They at least won't see us until we're way too close to do anything about it. Let's get the whole line. We'll keep these Chaos Dwarves. If we can hide them behind terrain, maybe this little bluff here. If not, that's fine. As long as they don't know where the rest of our forces are, that works for me. Move everyone in from this flank. This flank here, we'll have the sneaky gets on the sides. Stopping the cavalry with their poison darts. Have you guys all in one group. The infantry all together. Archers. Missile troops as well, who are also stalking, which is pretty awesome. Have them pick apart some of the cavalry teams and flee on away before they can actually retaliate. We'll have Gordoz moving up the side there with the sneaky gits. Ogre Bulls hanging out with our great weapon troops there. And our Lord. 2 in group 2. And that works. Battle begin. I'll bring the forces up into about this position here, or slightly forward. That works. Have Gordoz start moving up as well. They have no idea where we're at. We can have our Lord start flying over the top and trying to waste their ammunition. His Lamasu is very fast. Same thing with these Wolf Riders. These guys are zooming. Get over here and start firing some arrows on these Horde ones. And flee on away before they can really do much retaliating. They're going to notice us pretty soon here. Let those arrows fly. Or not. Please, guys, let those arrows fly. There it is. Yeah, turn your backs. That's perfect. Let those shields do all the work. Gotta route on away so that they can go back invisible. Drop. Good old hand and fire through these lines. The boy, the Lamasu, can do his damage. We do have the Doom of a Shoot ready to go. Keep moving so that there's things in between you and those Bastillodons. These guys should be back invisible, which is very nice. Let's pull them back just a little bit further. They can keep scattergutting things as they run through. We do have our Kadai summon as well. Let's pull you back just a little bit there so you're not getting shot at by any of the nonsense. Actually, we'll go for the normal Firestorm. These guys up in the front. Maybe we land on down in there and hit him with a Flames of Asgore. We should have gotten a little bit more fast with it. Fine. Gordoz is close by if we need him to be as well. We business, he lands on in. We'll go ahead and overcast the Flames of Asgore. And pull on away. Ouch. Luckily, we did all of the damage to those spearmen there. Pull you out of that fight. Eliminated one unit of the spears almost outright. Lovely to see. Get these guys moving back because it looks like they're getting shot at. A lot of them together there. We could go ahead and drop down the Doom of a Shoot, see about getting how much damage we can get. Do the thing. Keep them trapped into this position. I don't mind you coming in here and jumping these Ceradon Riders. Looks like they are getting the blinding shots in, so let's kind of pull them away. You guys come on through. The Doom of a Shoot destroyed that unit. Love to see it. Oh wow, that was an awesome shot. Bring all these guys in together against these Horn runs here. Pull through the line. You guys go around. Gordoz. Get sneaky. Getting point blank shot at by the cannonry there. Let's pull him away. Let's get all of the boys moving on up. He gets up the side here. Gordoz, go ahead and hunt down this King Chief. He does need stabbing. We'll go ahead and drop down the cutthroats to slow down the Lord there. Pull them away. Keep fleeing on over. Looks like the Horned ones are having a really bad time. Love to see it. Move on in there and cut down these Skink Skirmishers. Get these guys in on these Horned ones. How many Soras can we smush at once? I say plenty. Blast the cannon through this side. Archers move on up and start picking apart these Skink Skirmishers. You come on in. Help cut down in this Skink boy here. Go for extra armor across the front line. Keep fleeing away from those Saurus there. Keep them out of the fight. Alright, horned ones are moving on around. Let's make sure you guys are fighting the skink cohort. Should be an easy fight for you. Get some arrows in on this group. Have the Kadai come on in and help deal with those Saurus. They are. Let's try to shut down some of these Bastillodons in the back here. So Kadai immediately surrounding them. Bring them down. You catch them. You can have you guys charge in on the skink cohort, put them down pretty quickly. I try to get those arrows flying on these guys. Dabbing gets are working out. Forward. Have you guys in your own group now, and then that way we can send them forward into combat a little bit more effectively there. You make sure these guys don't come back and then move up. If you need to get that damage, you need to pull it away. Move quick. Drop his attack and melee defense as well, that way we don't immediately lose the lad. Go for the person to shoot on you. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Or not. Get point blank shot at by the laser cannon. Shut it down. Have a real bad time there. Our Chaos Dwarf Warriors got obliterated by those horned ones. Really good charge by them. Pulling out of that. Chaos Dwarf Warriors are having a real bad time. Or does, is not. Get you in here on the Skink Chief. He does need stabbing. Let's get over there. Looks like their Dwarf Warriors are going to flee. I actually thought we could handle them just fine. Turns out we were wrong. You get to keep doing your thing. We'll have you guys kind of retreat. You come bogged down in this lord here. Need more cutthroats. Because we don't lose our lord. Zoom over their hobgoblins. Take some shots. Drop these guys armor and leadership. Or does go hunt down in this lord here. Hit him with the Dagger of Malice. There we go. Really solid hit. Those Source Warriors are fighting really hard there, but we do have the anti-infantry. That should help out quite a bit. Armor of Contempt for everyone fighting in here. You fire on these Pterodon Riders, and you take off the other ones. Our Ogres are back. There they go. Tough fight, but we managed to pull it off. Looks like that Bastillodon is just willing to fire one more shot at us, and then he flees. That's just the way. That was the last shot on the way out. Awesome. Alright, yeah, we'll take the Pyrrhic victory. None of our soldiers were lost. We almost ended up losing our Chaos Dwarf with some great weapons there, but they pulled through. Take the win, and we will... Actually, this settlement gives us almost nothing, so we'll just go ahead and occupy this up as a outpost. Claiming this province for ourselves there. Allowing us to finally get in some of the commandments. So we can go for the Masterful Architects. And that'll allow us to get a cheaper buy on the Prototype Mega Border. We'll wait till next turn to grab that. Fang Fort is coming together as well. Alright, that is a awesome victory there. How much more labor are we rolling with? Really not that much, surprisingly enough. Let's go ahead and send some guys back to the Conclave. We need to build up 600 ever so slowly. Ever so slowly. Ungrim is going to be hanging out there for the time being. Let's go ahead and throw in the Fane Barracks over at the Tower of Gorgoth. Make sure it stays safe. What else do we need? We need to just save the gold for the moment. We have one more battle to get to up here with Samaz at the World's Edge Archway. Settlement has itself. It's going to give us a valiant defeat. We have a lot of laborers coming on in here, so they aren't really going to count for too much. But they are inside of a settlement. So we actually do kind of have the advantage with our extremely potent hell cannons here. And so it actually looks like the neighbors are starting to kick in with their lawn care. So you know what? Fortunately, we're going to have to pause this recording until they're done. And we're back, but it's a full day later. I just wasn't able to get back to recording for yesterday, so if things sound a little bit different or I am a little bit confused on exactly what we're up to, I did watch through, but it's very easy for me to get lost, as you guys well know. So let's get to fighting this battle. We definitely have the tools to bring these guys down. They've got a lot of Dwarf Warriors, which are going to be a big old pain, but actually the most dangerous units by far are the Rangers and the Quarrelers. The Dwarf Warriors we can just kind of destroy with our Hell Cannons very slowly, and the same thing with our Blunderbusses until he's out of ammunition at least. So our main targets are going to be bringing down these Quarrelers, and then we can bring the Blunderbusses in to tear apart the normal infantry. Let's get to it. Alright, we're up here in the mountain, and we will be starting deployment right away. We do know that our Cutthroats do actually defeat Miners in a straight-up fight and can easily beat down on Quarrelers. Rangers are a little bit tougher to fight, and we don't really know where they're deploying at, which is a little bit unfortunate. Okay, well, I think we want to take a position where we can fire up and into the enemy as much as we can here, so both of the Hell Cannons off on this side here. We can push them into the settlement and continue to get good firing arcs then. We'll have the Hobgoblin archers, we'll have the larger group further back. We'll do a bit like of a pyramid of archers here. So these guys take all the damage and no one else does. At least for a moment. Have them kind of pulled up on the sides there. They're not going to have the best range as a group like this, but they will be able to layer fire down pretty heavily. Alright, we're going to have the Blunderbusses on this side, and then we'll pull them back a little bit. Blunderbusses up front. We'll have the Laborers ready to kind of take the brunt of any kind of nonsense, and then we're going to spread these guys out a little bit around the map here. We want them to get around behind the enemy and cause that grudge thrower some nuisance. So, throw some goblins over here, and the other ones will just kind of keep up where they are, trying to defend our Hell Cannon. Just a little bit. And our last group of Laborers up front here. All the Laborers in a group, Cutthroats in their own group with the... I mean, not the Blunderbusses. They can go with group 1. Artillery, and then the boys. Both wizards up front there. We're going to make use of all of their magic. And these Cutthroats will be excellent for bringing down those Miners. Alright. I'm going to actually throw the Blunderbusses further back so they're harder to get shot at by the Grudge Throwers. They're going to be an easy choice for our first target for those armor-piercing missiles. Let's get it going. Alright, we'll go for boom right away. Start blowing apart these Quarrelers. Let's move up. You guys to start firing on this piercing tower. Everyone else stay back. We'll actually move these guys up to start firing their flare pistols in. Really good first hits. They're gonna keep firing away. That's fine with me. The heat-seeking ammo is gonna be a lot better at... Oh, they dodged that one. Well done, Quarrelers. Alright, we definitely want to switch targets then. See about knocking out these Dwarf Warriors here. Now that they no longer assume they were a target, they stopped trying to flee. That's pretty great. Not get shot at by the tower. We'll move forward a little bit further here. Where are his Grudge Throwers at? In the back here. The Doom of a Shoot would be perfect at eliminating these guys right off the bat, but let's use the Guns of Zar here. I'm curious to see how much damage we can get. If it's not much, we will not continue to waste them. Enjoy. Yeah, that's not incredible damage. It just kind of weakens the warriors a bit. I move these Laborers up. It's time to start bringing the boys in. Come on, guys. Let's switch targets there. Looks like they're just having to scoot up. Not super useful for them. So instead, we'll grab all of our archers and our Laborers and just push them forward. Cutthroat, see if you can get in and fight these Quarrelers. Hell Cannons, it's going to move just a bit. Those Quarrelers are done. Well defeated. Send these Laborers up the hill here. And on the other end, they've got all of their Quarrelers waiting for those Laborers to do anything. And not bad. Their Grudge Throwers are hiding back as far as they can there. Those guys are gone. Let's move you up and into the position. Should be able to get there before anyone else can stop you. Move in and stand right here. Looks like our archers having a hard time actually getting any shots in on the tower there. Move them over just a little bit. Laborers in, try to claim this point. Take the long way if you have to. Getting whittled down little by little by those towers there. What else is moving on in? Let's get the cutthroats into position here. Go ahead and throw some of the Burning Wrath at this group. Are the Hell Cannons in better position? Perfect, they are. Alright, let's start firing in on these Dwarf Warriors here then. Keep moving in. You go ahead and start ranging out these Dwarf Warriors in the back. Flare Pistol is going to make them extra weak to fire damage. Let's go ahead and drop some Burning Wrath in as well. Ooh, nice. They dodged it pretty well there. Move on off to the side. Actually, if you can charge into these guys here and kind of keep them bogged down, that'd be great. That'd be just fantastic. You guys win in a straight up fight with miners. Let's find out. Looks like no. Let's not send them in then. We'll be smart. Continue to blast away. These laborers can kind of just run up here to the top position. Claim that. One more really good hit there. Let's send the cutthroats in behind and switch targeting to deal with these guys in the back here. You move up and fire your flare pistol at them. Alright, all of our archers then move up. Now let's have these three move to here. These three up to about this position. Combination of cutthroats and demon sorcerers should pretty easily bring this group down. Let's go ahead and drop their melee defense once. We're not taking as much damage. Right on over here. Looks like the grudge throwers are starting to unleash havoc on our cutthroats. That's what I saw. Pull them over to the side here. See about moving the cannons to find a different target. Throw a fireball into the group there. Not a bad idea. You guys who are moving up, let's instead start firing on these Dwarf Warriors that are directly in front of you. All these other guys can move past. Get some shots in on their sides. Move on forward. Start ranging out those miners there. Everyone else is holding their positions. Let's have these laborers take a long hike around the map there. Beautiful. Actually, I am keen on trying out the Doom of a Shoot on our artillery pieces here. It does a ton of damage and is strong versus multiple units, so maybe we can eliminate these grudge throwers cold. Although it may be a complete waste, so let's instead move up, claim this position here, and have you guys start switching to these great weapons that are in our way. Awesome, switch targets over to these rangers. You guys spread out a little bit, so only some of them taking that arrow fire. Bring you guys up. Blunderbusses, we'll go ahead and have you take this position. We should have these rangers dealt with pretty quickly. One down and stab them. Get stabbing. You come on up with that flare pistol as well. We need them to spread out a little bit so they can actually fire. The flare pistol, we'll go ahead and launch a fireball as well. Slow and steady. Archers move up. We've got these guys back here. Perfect. We'll bring them up to this position. Into the gulch there. You still have to worry about the grudge throwers. Who are they firing at? Looks like still some more units in the back. We can summon in the Kadai to shut them down pretty much immediately. They do have the miners there to protect them, though. Keep hustling. Yeah, you know what? We're going to try the Doom of a Shoot. See if we can't shut them down. And shut it down right in the middle here. Same as your Ranon's Thunderbolt. At least that's the idea. And in it falls. And that worked out. Not too bad. Have these cutthroats just hold this position here. You guys move up. Actually, instead of jumping into combat with them, let's just kind of pull off to the side and let all these arrows continue to blink away. The Rangers were pretty easily defeated there. Perfect. Alright. To the next target. You guys move up and start firing on these Quarrelers on the other side. There they are docked, so they're going to take a lot of damage. And I think we will use the Kadai to shut down the rest of this. I believe. Yeah. We need to make sure these guns stop firing. That's enough out of you, grudge throwers. It's time to leave. Oh, let's charge this unit down here so they don't get to use their blasting charges, and then we will actually give them the Armor of Contempt. See how many of those miners they can slay solo there. Let's move Burning Head up and launch it through this unit here. You guys, let's move up this direction with the archers pulling up the rear there. Laborers in. We're going to send them up this way. We can unleash the Guns of Zar on them pretty easily as well. Alright, Wheeze Gubbos, get on in there. Help out the Kadai, who are making it short work of those miners. Hell Cannons can get a little bit more speed. They're almost in range. Cutthroats. We'll have the more healthy group of Cutthroats come through and jump these miners here. Yeah, let's move in and claim the point. No reason to hold up. Wheeze Gubbos. Alright, the Kadai are gone, but they did eliminate almost both units of the miners there. Go ahead and cancel his spell casting and then keep moving up. Launch the Burning Head that way. Pull these guys back just a little bit. There we go. Now turn around. Jump them. Okay, they're still just not able to fire yet. They're almost there. Blunderbuss unit. Man, our Chaos Dwarfs just move so slowly. Have them hold at this choke point here. The combination of those two groups of laborers should pretty easily beat them. Let's have you pull through with your armored self. All of our archers that are moving up, have them come on up and start firing on. Oh, those miners went around. Interesting choices. They went around. We'll have them still come on over and fire on them then. They're fairly weak to that kind of sort of thing. The other archers come on over and help out with these dwarf warriors. In fact, you. They're obstructed. Pull yourself forward a little bit more. Not sure how you're not obstructed, but if you can make those shots, do it. You try to turn and fire on the other warriors that are moving up the hill. You go with the Guns of Zar to kind of rip through both of these lines here. Don't mind that. Yeah, don't move. Good idea. Good idea. Is anyone in melee who needs some help? These guys, Armor of Contempt. Hurt and fight. Have the laborers go around. You try to pull yourselves through as well. We can launch the Burning Head straight through those miners. Not worrying about how many of our own we slay as well. Dark Subjugation and bring the laborers up the hill. We'll pull you back. Let the Lord charge in first, drop down the extra help. And then jump in. The Vortex should keep a lot of them off their feet. Allow the Hobgoblins to actually do some damage. Everyone else seems to have ignored my orders on coming out over here and attacking, which is not great. Come on, laborers. Move those legs. Or it's the whip for you. Yeah, go ahead and surround and destroy. Let's make sure we're not exploding our own units completely there. Kind of move up and take this position then. Shoot anyone coming up the hill. Looks like they're still kind of out of range. Perfect, this goblin claimed that point. Go jump these guys then. Laborers, come on in. Come on, archers, we need your help. Some Dark Subjugation in. Boys jumping on in. Those goblins got the jump attacks though. They got some hops for the little guys. They're all covered in ash or something. That's making it really hard to fight. You guys are not firing nearly as many arrows as you should. Oh, that's what I eat. Yeah, you guys are missing more shots than you're hitting. So let's move them up the hill here. You can start firing on these guys. And actually, let's have you switch targets as well. See if they can hit them. They're nearly in shotgun range. Give them a volley. Maybe they're obstructed. Yeah, it looks like they're definitely going to be obstructed. Okay. Docking units is a bad idea, always. Move them off to the side here. Alright, those guys are shattered. Looks like the rest of the force should be breaking really soon. Weakness. That's all I see here. Hell, turns out we didn't even need the blunderbusses. It was all hell cannon all day. We will take that win. And we will sack the settlement. And we gained a... I guess we did that earlier on. It just didn't give us the real event for it. Fair enough. Let's have Samaz Cragbrowse here jump into a bit of an encampment stance. Pull on down a little bit there. Then hang out. Do some replenishing. Dare them to try anything. We'll go for the fervent fodder. Keep our goblin laborers fighting a little bit longer. Or does. We're finished on upgrading all our hobgoblins, which is awesome. We can start making you more precise. Far more deadly duelist. Evan, good sir. Yes, the Hellhammer's awesome, but Flames of Asgore has been putting in work. The old Sundries will give you an extra point into Burning Head. It was an awesome spell there. Blast Depart the Miners, even though they're not all that susceptible to it, it does weaken their leadership, so it was really useful. Went up and steal some more technology. Did you succeed? You did, awesome. Love to see it. What's our technology research at? 192%. Not bad, we could definitely make it better though. Okay, we are about to be in a battle with Ungrim, which is amazing. Out Silver Spear, we're going to start off with the Garrison Outpost. We're not going to throw any other upgrades into it, I don't think. Ungrim could try to teleport under us, but at the same time... Yeah, no, bad idea. We need to spend all of our gold on... Make sure we have plenty sitting in the background. We'll be able to recover, but we have to actually reclaim our lands. Mighty unfortunate. One more turn before we can kick out another envoy as well. You know what? We will go ahead and... How much does this cost? 2,400? No, bad idea. Bad idea. Check our labor just real quick. Workloads have changed quite a bit since we don't really need it. You know what? Let's give ourselves some extra gold where we can. So gold here. Gold here. And I grab the enclave flips. And then gold here as well. Get as much extra gold as we can so we can start upgrading the towns back as fast as we can here. Perfect. Keep things as are at the Ash Ridge Mountains. I realize we should probably use the province tab. Makes it a little bit faster to move through. Keep track of everything. Light water. We're doing all right down here with Kevin, and then there is a Scarbrand army kind of looks like they're hiding, so there may be someone about to move on Caracas Gaul. We'll want to get Kevin ready. Attacking Lamia is also a really good idea. Let's go ahead and move on through. Check our diplomacy real fast.
Fool.
See if there's any wars we can get out of just real quick. I think once we break Ungrim, we could probably peace out with Karakadrin. But we'll see on that one. They may be willing to fight to the death. You're not moved. Sisyphus. Okay, let's have you come on up and steal some more technology then. Jack Sparrow. Ooh, well done. Well done. Increased it up to 218%. Sweet business. We'll skip on through. And then we will see what they're up to. Well, hello, Queek. Is it time for your daily... Yeah, he's asking for a military alliance once more. Together we can do much. You see, the issue is, even though we are matching in our colors, making any kind of alliance with the Skaven as not a Skaven faction is just not a good idea. They will always spread their corruption, and they will always put in undercities under your most profitable towns there to try to steal your money, so, no. We'll be crushing you in due time. Alright, our turn. Disciples of Hashut have claimed a tower. A tower seat. They completed the... Oh, they come and grabbed Infernatus. So less upkeep for every military seat. Yeah, just keep grabbing the good ones for when I'm ready to snatch your seat, fool. We'll get there.
Drazhoath.
Alright, then let's have ourselves a fight against Ungram. Let's see, is it going to be nice and allow us to completely auto-resolve this and crush them? Indeed it will. It's not that I don't want to fight a swarm of slayers this large, it's that I don't want to fight that many slayers plus Ungram. Get out of here, you goons. Claim a Pyrrhic victory, and we will go ahead and occupy this back as an outpost. I know they've claimed a seat. Slayer King Slayer coming on down to Drazhoath, giving him more melee attack and some resistances. And it looks like these guys are rolling as a huge squad. Alright, they are going for maximum carnage then. We have the 1 unit of Bull Centaur Renders and a lot of Chaos Dwarf Warriors. Well, blunderbusses as well, but that's a lot of ogres. What we want to do is pull back, go in the underway stance, and jump back just outside of Mount Silverspear. And then Drazhoath will pass out his skill points. I think we want to go for that last point into Black Shard at Bulwark, and then go for perhaps Rally. Maybe we just want better replenishment, so instead of going for that red line just yet, we'll go for a Logistician, and then the Iron Willed. Working on down towards the Unbridled Cruelty sooner rather than later. Yeah, I think we'll want to go for Despoilers next for that extra income from sacking and raising, and then move our way down towards the Unbridled Cruelty for that huge dropped upkeep. We can combine that with the drop to the Kadai that we're about to summon on in. We'll just keep the current ones we've summoned for now, add those into Drazhoath's army, and we can have them go back to keep recruiting more. And he can keep just bringing them over to his master there. Let's go for the last point into boost income. And then for Billigrun, let's give you some more magical reserves. And then I think Final Transmutation just for some damage. That's a Transmutation of Lead give us. Base weapon damage and melee attack. This would help out quite a bit against the ogres, stop them from doing any damage at all. So let's go for the Transmutation of Lead. We've got Flames of Asgore for our damage spell. Sweet. We also have a lot of gold, and I actually think it'd be safe to spend all of our labor to upgrade the Tower of Gorgoth, and then they just bring it down. That would be terrible, but what would we get extra for having this at a Tower of Ashut? We have a Hell Cannon. I think that would even the odds quite a bit. Let's go ahead and bring some more labor over, so take it from where we don't need it. Drop some out of here. Drop 3 out of there. And then 1 from here. 1 from here. Put that up to 1,000. Do we need 1,000? Probably not. But we'll move it on over, spend 1,000 gold to do so. Sweet. And then we'll finish up the Tower of Gorgoth. Excellent. And then with that, I mean, I'm tempted to also try to put in the prototype Mega Mortar and then rush construction on that. Only issue being, of course, that the ogres really aren't affected by that at all. We could go for the rush construction on the Thane Guardhouse, though, the Thane Barracks. It costs 360. Let's do it, and we'll move the labor to where we need. We're only losing 12. That would only put us slightly below our quota then. That's awesome. This garrison is much more deadly now. Extra unit of Infernal Guards, more archers. That should keep the ogres at bay just for at least for a moment. We will have to see on that one, though. I want to spend the rest of our gold to places to actually make us more money. Meanwhile, back at the Howling Wastes. Probably not a bad idea to go for the lava fields and start getting those Bull Centaur Tauruks in. They're pretty decent heroes there, so let's grab them. Bodyguards for our heroes. Love to recruit in some more, but we really need stuff that is only going to take a turn and won't take up too much of our upkeep, because this guy's about to be massive drain on our upkeep. Everywhere else, let's go ahead and send guys back. Zarnagrun can't afford it there or there, actually. Never mind, we're kind of very low on labor, which is to be expected. Jump into the old Choo-Choo of Death, grab Harek, add him on in. We can get them moving. I think we'll send out some more armaments. So maximize the armaments and go for labor return or gold. We can almost reach out over here all the way across the sea there. Rungzit. Let's actually send it down to the Wizard Kayla's Palace just for a grip of gold. 1,000 laborers sounds great, but 6,000 gold? We can jump up to 7,000. Let's go ahead and send them on out. Traveling through the mountains there. So we may get into a fight with the dwarves on his way. We will soon see. Alright then. We could go for the ore level. Not a good idea. Anywhere we can upgrade our gold income. I think we'll go for the gold refinery over here at the Crooked Fang Fort. Dringo Rakka's. Gonna be another drain on our raw materials, but we'll get that under control eventually. Having 2 towers if I shoot, don't care so much about it. Any enemy armies around here? None that I can see. None down in Lamia either. I think we want to probably come on over here and start dealing some damage to Death Gorge. Taking Lamia from them is also a good idea. Tough calls all around. Either way we go, that's where the army's going to go the opposite way, right? So let's go ahead and defend our own lands a little bit more. Up in a march stance. Sprint on over to Krontalman. We did just claim the Misty Mountain. We'll put in the gold panners there. I'd really love to put in the Mega Mortar, but I don't know where any other armies are nearby. Start building this and they get immediately attacked. That'd be a huge waste of gold. Let's start building this next turn. We'll get into another fight. We'll try to instantly finish it with labor. That way our defenses are completely solidified there. Yeah, move on through. 5,000 gold still to spend, though. Don't really want to spend it upgrading. Yeah, we'll go for the Bane Guardhouse at the Crooked Fang Fort. Just to make sure we're safe on that end there. Borgheim. Be upgraded. Perfect. And then we'll just go for the Fane Guardhouse. I believe. Another thing I'd love to put the Mega Mortar in, but I think the Guardhouse is just a better option for now. Works for me. Alright, we have a hero that's not been moved. See if we can have you steal some technology. You did last turn, so maybe we want to move to the different... Try to move to a different city. Over here to the high place. Yeah, better chance. Get some more tech, bud. Oh, we failed that time. Wasting my money. Alright, we'll give it one more in turn, and then that'll probably be the episode. Let's go for the additional control here. Then we'll end turn. Alright, convoy encounter the Path of Fire. A recent eruption has created an unexpected opportunity for our convoy. A land bridge of semi-molten rock interspersed with fissures and lava and caustic gases. We can traverse through this rough burning landscape and reach our destination sooner. The heat may take the lives of some of our weaker personnel. We will take attrition and reduce the journey time. Let's not walk over the Mountain of Fire. We'll lose half our army. Chosen by the Father, those who the Father of Darkness has chosen gain great strength when fighting in his name. More weapon strength and hit points for all of our characters.
Drazhoath.
Yes, and now we can come on up and deal with the Ogre Menace. But for now, I am out of time for today. I have been Spaceless of the War. Remember, leave a like for the like god, a sub for the sub zone, and I will see you on the next one.